Praise the Lord. What's up? It's Dana. What the heck do we do about bad life insurance leads? Okay, so we are going to figure out what you consider like a bad life insurance lead. But before we do that, I want to preface this with there is such thing as a bad lead, but there's also, if you want to be great at whatever you do, we have to take responsibility of what we suck at and what we need to get better at. But don't worry, I am here to help because I've developed a strategy, a sales tracker specifically that helped me identify whether it was the leads or whether the agent that I was training was having a difficult time and needed a little bit more help with giving them the tools and the skill set to be able to help more families and close more deals, okay? So first, before we get into all the hoopla and all the exciting stuff that's going to make you better, my question is, what is a bad lead? Right now, on a count of 3, I want you to say this to yourself. No, I cannot hear you, but come on, play. Play the game with me. If you want to get better, you got to be open and willing to play, all right? And so the first thing that I want you to do is, on a count of 3, I want you to tell me what you would consider a bad lead. Just one characteristic, okay? 1, 2, 3. They hung up on me. Ooh, what was yours? Okay, so a lot of agents have claimed that a bad lead is someone who hangs up on them, someone who can't afford the product that they're specifically trying to push, whether it's like an IUL or something more high ticket, or even they were denied by the insurance company, or what's another one? Another one is, I don't know. These are just things that I hear all the time, that's a bad lead. Well, to me, I don't consider any of those a bad lead. Remember, we got into life insurance, one, to help families, and anyone first. I understand that we're here to make a living. We're excited. We're vibrant. We are not aggressive, but kindly persistent about making a living and helping a lot of families. But don't even continue with this video if you're not interested in truly helping families, okay? And if someone comes to your doorstep or on your line or on your phone and is interested in life insurance, that is the perfect client or customer, okay? I'm in this season of my career and my life personally. I don't talk to anyone who doesn't know what I'm calling about and hasn't expressed interest on what is it that I'm trying to sell them or help them make a decision and be that voice of reason of how important this is. So I got into life insurance to begin with, okay? So to me, the most beautiful, perfect lead is someone who's expressed interest. I do not bombard anyone's life. I don't appreciate a bait and switch. I am very clear that the individuals that I want to sell life insurance to is a client who's expressed interest in life insurance. Now, there's a whole debacle about that, but that's more marketing. We're not going to get into that in this video. But I like to speak to clients. I will speak to anyone who's interested in securing life insurance to build generational wealth, okay? So, now that we've defined what a bad lead is, to me, a bad lead is someone who doesn't know what I'm calling about. I do not want to get on the line with someone and try to cold pitch them about the product that I'm trying to sell them, okay? To me, I am willing to deal with absolutely get denied. Well, guess what? You came to the right woman because I care about securing generational wealth for you. So if we have to put you through multiple carriers, I'm going to get you covered by all means necessary. You have health issues? Well, guess what? I'm going to look through those carriers and I'm going to try to find you something. You hung up on me? You just didn't realize who I was. And so let me call you back and remind you that the reason I am calling you is because you reached out to me. And so I want to just be very, very clear about that. All right, cool. So now that we know what a bad lead is and what a good lead is, let's talk about what we do with a bad lead. First, identify if it's you or the lead, okay? And so I'm going to show you a tracker that our team had put together to be able to audit an agent's productivity and efficiency and skill set, okay? Because I remember there was this one guy in the office and he was constantly on the phone. And I'm like, dang, but he's not like helping families. He's not closing deals. What's going on? Like, there's no way. I see him on the phone constantly. I mean, he's putting 300 dials a day. Like, I am lost and confused. What is going on here? Okay. So I sit next to him and he's sitting there and he's on the line and he's beginning the script, he's beginning the pitch, and all of a sudden, after he's introducing himself, saying, hey, I'm going to ask you some pre-qualifying questions, the lady stops him and he goes, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm about to head to the grocery store. Can we pick this up a little bit later? The agent responds and goes, absolutely. So what time will you be back from the grocery store? Maybe like 3, 4 o'clock? And she goes, absolutely, yes. You can call me back at 3, 4 o'clock. The agent goes and does what agents do. And it's like, you know what? I'll put you in the calendar and I'll go ahead and give you a call 3 or 4. Guess what happens? The client doesn't show up at 3 or 4 o'clock. That does not mean that they're a bad lead. They got busy. You had them on the line. What the heck happened? Boom. Okay. Didn't say anything. Let the day play out, right? Beautiful. He gets into another call, and I'm sitting there like this, just trying to make sure I'm taking as many notes to truly help this agent get to getting good. He gets to the Social Security part, says everything that he needs to say, and says, hey, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to require your full social in order to get you approved for life insurance. And the client goes, oh, no, thank you. That's just too much. Like, I don't know you. I just met you over the phone. I'm not really interested in giving you my social. No, thank you. And the agent is fighting on the line, like, oh, but the insurance, they need this, and da 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 da. And the client is like, no, thank you, gotta go, bye. Yikes, crap, another one. So you're meaning to tell me you got all the way through the pitch, got to the social, and they banged on you? Ugh. That's not a bad lead, though. That is not a bad lead at all. They listen to you pitch. They listen to the value, but you got stopped in the beginning of the process. Then last call I listened to. He got all the way to checkout, and it was time for him to ask for routing and account number. He's excited. He's smiling. He's so excited that the client got approved for an IUL, $300 a month contribution. He was excited. I could see it on his face. He was smiling. It was finally going to turn around to be a great day, and he closed, made money, helped a family, and was able to pay his bills, right? And then the client said, I'm not ready to move forward right now. Can we check in maybe in like a week or two after I think about it? Ah! This fostered in my brain that there was a 3-step process to a life insurance sale, okay? And so if we have to identify whether it's a bad lead or we need help in our SCkALE sales, I'm going to show you what that tracker looks like. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a link right here where you can actually join our Telegram chat and get access to the actual sales tracker. But let's actually dive into a sales tracker. I'm going to give you 2 case studies of clients where one of them was having trouble getting a closed deal, and the other was just flourishing and thriving. But I'm going to show you the difference of how I did not even have to listen to a sales call to know exactly what was wrong with the client and if it was bad leads or some SCkALE skills that needed improvement, okay? Because to us, a good lead is an engaged lead, okay? So this agent had 3 opportunities to close a deal, and they failed miserably. Let's get into it, all right? This sales tracker, all right? I've taken his name out of it to protect his identity and his privacy, but we had an amazing training. But I want us to look at this, ready? So the 3 stages are the pitch, the application, and the close, okay? And let's be very, very clear about this, guys, is I can identify in these 3 stages, if you're getting stuck, exactly what the issue is. So we like to track leads received and then your pitches. So the pitches is the beginning of the script before you actually start going into asking for an application, okay? So this is the beginning, that intro. We have a beautiful one called Close IUL Sales Script, and so I can tell that if you're getting stopped in the beginning, let's identify what the heck is wrong, okay? So with this client, if we go down to the bottom, we're seeing he's received 59 leads, right? And he's gotten on the phone with 11 people, okay? This is beautiful. We're talking, he's gotten on the phone with almost 20% of the clients who've come in through Facebook advertising. So this is beautiful. I love to see this. I really want to see this at about 25%. Anytime that I'm seeing that a client isn't getting even into pitches, it means that they have a operational issue, whether it's like they're not dialing enough, they're not reaching out to the clients immediately. I can almost, if I see this below 15%, I can clearly see, like if we were to look into your CRM, or look into your habits in the which way you dial. There may be dialing once, they don't get to the client for 2 days. I can clearly see that there's actual an activity issue, okay? So we see here, I'm not really concerned about activity more than I'm concerned about what I'm about to like take a look at. Ready? So then I see that he's gotten on 11 pitches, but his application rate is only 2. Whoa, this is a red flag, okay? This is a red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. So you're meaning to tell me you are only receiving leads of individuals who are actually interested in an IUL. You actually got on the line with them when able to pitch 11 people, but only 2 people out of those 11 were indeed trusted you enough to get into an application. This is a huge problem. I'm talking about in our one call close IUL sales script, I'm talking like we send over our license. We make sure that we do everything professional. Like we have to make sure that we're giving our clients our best in order that there's no hiccups for them getting covered because of lack of transparency or trust. So this was a huge red flag. You are at 18%. I usually like to see this at about 80%, okay? I like to see application rate at 80%. Of course, you're going to get those clients on the line and like, nope, don't think so. I am not giving you my social over the phone. I've never met you. Boom. And we have some objection handling to do with that. But this is telling me we are not being kindly persistent enough to getting into an application. And I need you to think about this. And when I was talking to this client, he goes, but like, I never want to push them or pry or like tell them we need to do this right now. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. I said, okay, cool. Give me an objection. I said, give me an objection you're getting in the beginning of the script. I said, because you're getting it before you actually ask for social and all that kind of stuff. So this is a huge issue. And so I'm like, okay, go ahead, give me one of the objections that you get, right? And so he goes, I say, okay, so, I'm breaking down the IUL and I talk about, actually, where's that script? Maybe I can pull it up here so I can actually like say a little piece of it so it sounds exactly, yeah, can I grab it? Thank you so much. Beautiful. So let's say I'm in this part of the script, right? Where I'm simply just breaking down, let me see. Okay. Beautiful. All right. So this is after the intro. So tell me, what did you understand about the video you watched on the IUL? By the way, there's no such thing as a wrong answer, ma'am. And so she tells me, oh my gosh, I understood that there was a cash value aspect that I can use this later in my life. Awesome. Wow, girl, I'm about to hand over my headset. You knew a lot about it, but I'm going to go ahead and break that down a little bit more in a little bit, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask a few pre-qualifying questions, okay? So I can tailor the right type of policy to your age, your income, and your health, Miss Madison, okay? So if you don't mind me asking, what do you do for a living to earn income, and how much do you expect to earn in 2024? The client goes, you know what? It's close to the holidays. Can we talk about this a little bit later? Maybe after the holidays, after New Year's, and I'll be ready to get this set up. And I said, okay, dude, well, what do you say when that happens? And he goes, I just set the appointment. Dude, do you want to know why clients push things out? It's because they don't have a sense of value on why is it they need to do this now and how important it is. And I love to tell my clients all the time, hold on a second. Ma'am, you just told me you had 2 or 3 kids and you're out here with no life insurance. It is a blessing that we made it this far. If I were to tell you to call me the day before you died, would you be able to do that? No. because we don't know the day or the hour. And so let's go ahead and just see if you're approved. I don't want to schedule an appointment out a month from now, and I've wasted your time, I've wasted my time, and I don't even know if something like an IUL can even help you. So how about this, Miss Madison? Let's go ahead and see if you are actually even approved and I can actually help you, okay? And then we'll take it from there. Most people think that this is a really long, drawn-out process, but seeing if you're approved for life insurance takes 5 to 10 minutes, okay? So, Miss Madison, have you ever had life insurance before? And boom, and continue. Most clients are going to say, you know what? Yeah, I totally got 5 or 10 minutes. I didn't even know like it was an application process, all that kind of stuff, 100%. So what I am realizing, if the application rate is low, you are letting down too easy. You are either not trustworthy on the phone, maybe you haven't recited your script enough, you're stuttering, you are not conveying to the client that you're a professional and they're on edge, or you let them tell you how this call was going to run. Remember, guys, it is our duty, our responsibility to ensure that families are protected. Your call is literally this 10 minutes could be the differentiator of with a baby is able to go to college after their mom died, or able to stay in the house that their father worked so hard to provide. Like, you are the controller of that opportunity if life insurance is going to be the very thing that helps his family move into generational wealth. So no, we can't wait till later. No, ma'am. And so here I know that you're dealing with a few things. You are like doing a really bad job at objection handling in the beginning with someone saying, hey, let's talk later, and you're appointment booking yourself to death. Or number two, you're not conveying the sense of urgency to your client. Or number three, you're not being trustworthy. You're not following the script when you're supposed to be sending over your license. You're not sounding like a professional, like you know what you're talking about. And so I can quickly identify here what this issue is. And then we go to the beginning and I ask them to recite the script, and I can understand here if this is the issue. But remember, guys, stop thinking about the close if you can't get into an application. I realized that this was the first piece, okay? I knew something was wrong with their pitch in the beginning with being an absolute stud or boss of a woman, allowing their client to know what they're here to do. So the pitch is messed up if you can't get into the application, okay? Now, let's go into the next one. The close. Look at this. The close rate is 50%, okay? I want you to look at this for a second. Now, I can identify if you have a closing problem. I hate when sales trainers are like, oh, you just need to try harder, you need to practice. No, there is literally windows and doors of opportunities for growth specifically, because I know people who are absolutely amazing at the pitch, but when they get to checkout and they're nervous and asking for writing an account number, it just takes one objection, one objection to throw an agent all the way off, and they get sweaty and their palms start sweating when they ask about money and all that kind of stuff. And so here I can clearly see. I like to see closes at 90% and above. Why do I say that? Is because if you followed this one call close IUL sales script, you actually spoke to a client who was interested in life insurance, and then you provided them enough trust. I like to see this 80, 90%, anywhere around there. Then you got them into an application where at this point, if you're in life insurance sales, you and I both know that in order to submit an application on someone's behalf, they talked to you about their social. They gave you their medical history. You probably know more information about this man or this woman than their spouse or their mother does. And so there's no longer a trust issue here. It's a call to action issue here, and just being clear and concise and allowing the client to know that there's a sense of urgency, that we are blessed and lucky and honored. We still have an opportunity to put a life insurance policy in place. We have to frame the client's mind to remind them that they're doing this for their family, okay? And so I can see here that if this is on the lower side, you're totally bombing checkout with whatever objection, or you're not sealing the deal when it comes to reminding the client of how important this is for them, their family, and future pacing what for example, an IUL looks like 10, 15, 20 years from now as they're continuing to make their contributions. Then I can come in and fix your close rate, okay? But they're not mutually exclusive. And this is the way, if you are a new agent, you're trying to figure out what the heck, is it the leads or is it me? This is a great way to identify every single day when you're running through the sales, okay? Well, how many pitches? And how many of those pitches got into applications? Well, how many applications did I actually close? And let's see what the discrepancy is there so we can be of assistance. I really, really like this tracker for a formula. A lot of my agency owners like to use this to be able to track their agents' productivity and their scales, their sales skills, all that kind of stuff. And so this is extraordinarily important. So let's go over here. He has a 50% close rate, okay? So when I was talking to this client, I said, dude, let's look at this for a second. You spoke to 11 people, okay? Let's just do the math real quick. If we were to get to what your metrics are supposed to be and got you to an 80% application rate, and let's not even fix your close rate yet. Let's not even fix your close rate. Let's just assume that you still close at 50%. I want you to see how different this looks by making sure we identify if this client is our client on the line and we're actually able to help them. Because y'all know, we gave them a little bit of information. They're going to think they know enough to make a decision, guys, about life insurance. So we have to see if they're approved or not. It's our duty. It is our responsibility. It is what we've been called to do in marketplace ministry. Is I can't get to a closing, get life insurance in place for our family if we don't get an application. Unfortunately, in this game of sales, we don't qualify. We don't qualify the client. The insurance carrier does, okay? And unfortunately, for things maybe in their past or their health, this may not even be an option. But if someone comes to you interested in life insurance and building generational wealth, you better find out. You have to. You have to do your job. And I said, okay, let's look at what your income looks like if we just increased your application rate to 80%, okay? So beautiful. Let's look at this. Ready? So he's on the phone with 11 people, okay? I'm going to do basic math for y'all. It was a little challenge there. We're going to help you out, okay? So if you have 11 people, we're going to multiply this by 80%. That means he would have got about 8 to 9 people, okay? 8 to 9 people. Now, let's do this. I want you to see how much this changes. I'm going to just throw something in there. Ready for this? 7. That would have brought his application rate to 8 people, to 80%, and 9 people who actually was able to make a decision if he can help them or not. Now again, let's say we didn't even increase the close rate and he's closing at 50%. Let's now 9 divide that by 2. That means 4.5 closes. 4.5 families he was able to help. Ready for this? Which would mean that at an average AP per close, we're going to 4.5 times 2640, which would have mean he would have had an $11,000 in commission 2 weeks rather than $2,000. Do you see the major difference? We cannot get closes and help families if we don't get our clients into applications. We have to identify if we can help them. That is I don't know about you, but that's a completely different week. That is a completely different lifestyle. That is a completely different level of excellence when it comes to helping evangelize the power of life insurance. We're just increasing, getting people into applications by to 80%, he now has way more opportunities to get to checkout. And then, let's just say where I like to see metrics at an 80%. Ready for this? So you have 9 people. Let's multiply that by 80% again. We're going into 7 closes. About 7 closes. And let's multiply that, let's just say an average of $2,500 per AP for IUL deal. He would have had an $18,000 2 weeks. But if I can show you a system in which he was struggling getting people an application, we can obviously see he doesn't have a pitch problem. Everyone's loving him. He has a pitch problem because he's getting people on the phones. These are engaged opportunities. people interested about life insurance. He literally only got on the phone with 20% of the leads that came through his pipeline. Jesus, that is beautiful. That's sweet. But he was struggling getting into the applications, which is why he has the tracker and the income that he has. Make sense? Let's go to someone else's who is a great performer who dialed into the tracker and truly analyzed their data, their metrics, their analytics, and was able to kill it is probably the wrong terminology to use, was able to flourish. Okay. So again, this is case study number 2. This client has been with us. This client has only been with us for about, I would say 2 weeks. This is a brand new tracker. We look at this, we help them on board, we help them get in and out. This is the first time he's experienced this type of marketing and advertising, and so he's getting dialed in, and he's going to do an amazing job. We just got done a training. But this is someone who's been with us for about 4 months, and I kind of want to show you something because, wow. I remember getting on the line with this client, and a lot of the times we work formula backwards, okay? And so he was like, hey, can y'all look at my tracker? Cassie, can you have the team look at my tracker? Cassie, Dana, whatever they decide to call me. Dana, can you look at my tracker so that I can identify what my ad budget should be so that I can scale and grow? Like, I want to make $50,000 in a month. Like, how do I do that? I said, all right, we'll pull up that tracker, baby. Like, let me see it, because we don't go based off of emotion. We don't go based off of bad leads. We go off of data and analytics. So one thing that I freaking love, because numbers don't lie. I want you guys to see something really quick, okay? Let's go to November. Let's see. I know he was on vacation for a little bit, but I want y'all to see something because he has some of the most amazing metrics I've ever seen in my life. And he's someone that is extremely impressive. Let me go to a month really quick. Let me see. Okay, cool. Beautiful. All right, so we can look at any month. We can look October, December. I mean, we could go to December because it's the most recent, but I want you to look at this. Watch this. So he received 65 leads. He pitched 14, which means he only spoke to 23% of his leads. Remember, you cannot scale without volume when it comes to selling IULs. So we want to talk to more people, but he only spoke to 23% of the leads that came in. But this is where it gets interesting. Look at that application rate. So you're meaning to tell me you spoke to 14 people, whatever you are saying, the way that you are reciting this script, sending over your license, building that rapport, that by the time it's time to get into the application, they're like, absolutely, let's see. That's mean he's having a sense of urgency. He's explaining. He's knocking down every single objection from our client that is making them push this down the road, or I can do this later. He's making them feel excited about putting life insurance in place for their family. The dude has a 91% application rate. Are you freaking kidding me? That means that people are trusting him to do his job. And then we take it a step further. And you're talking about a 95% close rate, which means whatever he is saying on the line, he is ensuring that his client knows the importance. He is knocking down every single objection necessary. He has the ability to convey purpose and desire in meeting the client's need. And he made $18,877 in commission. AP. I mean, I don't know his contract, all that kind of stuff. But this is why we use trackers. So when a client comes to me like this, and I think it's December 9th when he, I guess he's taken his little time putting in, he's already at $30,000 and only spent $1,000 in marketing. I mean, that's like printing money. Facebook ads is printing money, but also making sure that you have a reliable insurance marketing partner who actually is able to aggregate or get you leads who are actually interested, I love this engagement. And you can see now we could work the formula backwards. He has no issues. And so that's why I would like to say that I like to see at 80% and above for application rate and 80% and above for close rate. Okay. So that's extremely, extremely important that we need to identify what do I do with bad leads? Well, bad leads, you would see that you can't get any pitches in at all. To me, that is a bad lead. That's a marketing problem. That is absolutely a marketing problem. If people are hanging up on you, and you start talking and they bang on you, maybe whatever lead vendor that you're using is doing a bait and switch. Raise your hand if you ever spoke to a lead who supposedly wanted life insurance but thought you were calling about a free trip to Cancun. Yeah, that's not the clients that we want to talk to. And so when you can't get pitches in at all, definitely 100% it's a lead vendor thing. But that's why I focus on just making sure that you meet the right insurance marketing partner who you have access and ability to see the exact ads that they're running for your clients. And if it's not crystal clear that you're going to be calling about an IUL, that's where, yeah, it's a sales problem. Okay, and I have some more videos here of kind of how to get through some sales objections, all that kind of stuff, and our methodology here. It's called the Voice of Reason VORS, and so you can check out another video for that. But I definitely want you over the next 15, 30 days, start literally. You can literally click the link below, get into our Telegram chat. You can access and copy this tracker, but I need you to identify if it's a you problem or the lead problem, and most likely it's a combination of both, and you just have to get around individuals who know what they're doing, who have experience, who are professionals and excel in sales to be able to help and adjust. Remember, I told you, you didn't know, you just signed up for being a life insurance agent because you desired to help families build generational wealth. It did not mean that you were a sales expert, so it's not your fault until you go ahead and get some training. You know what I mean? And we want to be able to help you to do that. I want to add as much value to your life as possible and help you you know, continue to create a life that you are fulfilled and happy about, engaging in this type of marketplace ministry. Unfortunately, I say all the times with our job is not fulfilled until a family's worst day of their life, unfortunately. But yeah, and so my name is Dana, the co-founder of SCkALE. I'm an insurance marketing partner who helps clients build the business with engaged leads who actually want insurance. So join us in building generational wealth in America. We're extremely excited. We are blessed. We are honored. We are loved. And that shows in our work. But there definitely are tactical ways to continue to build your insurance practice. And so, agency owners, if you're watching this, go ahead, start auditing your agents, being able to help them and to assist them. If you're an upline who actually cares about your agent's income, like I think agents usually quit within the first year because they don't have the utility belt and the skills to be able to flourish and make this a living. And you can see that this guy right here, my case study number 2, definitely knows how to make this a living. And you want to just be able to make sure that you have the resources possible to help identify, is it a lead problem or is it a me problem? And so what do you do with bad leads? You find an insurance marketing partner that has 100% transparency, that you can see exactly the ads that are out there that your clients are seeing. And the moment that you get on the line, yeah, if they know what you're calling about, if you're getting text message, all of our clients get text messages and appointments booked, all that kind of stuff. We have like a 50% engagement rate, and that is all an agent needs to succeed. And we'll deal with the sales problems when they get there. So, all right, like I said, at any point in time, you can go ahead and click that link and you can join a Telegram chat, a group of closers, insurance agents who are doing the darn thing, helping build generational wealth for families while making sure that they can take care of their own and building a business that they're extremely proud of. It's free. You can check it out and talk to you soon. All right, bye.